Good day to all. We have understood the concept of gratuity. Today we are going to solve problems on computation of gratuity. Let's look at this particular problem. Mr. Srikanth retires on 6th of January 2020 from Madras Automobiles Limited and receives rupees 4,80,000 as gratuity after serving for 32 years and 8 months. His last salary drawn was rupees 25,000, whereas the average salary from 1st of March to 1st of December 2019 was rupees 24,500. Compute taxable gratuity if, question A, he is covered under Payment of Gratuity Act 1972, and question B, he is not covered under Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. Now there are some basic points that we need to look at when we solve problems on gratuity. First basic point is which rule is applicable. Whether the employee is a government employee or a non-government employee. So in this problem it is very clear that Mr. Srikanth is a non-government employee. The next thing that we need to look at whether he is covered under Payment of Gratuity Act or whether he is not covered under Payment of Gratuity Act. So in this question, both covered as well as not covered is asked. So let's take it one by one. So as usual, when you begin the problem, I write solution. First we will take or answer question A. Question A is, Srikanth is covered under Payment of Gratuity Act. Is covered under Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. Now what are the points? Since he is covered under Payment of Gratuity Act 1972, the first thing that we look at as point 1 is, it is given in the problem that he has served for 32 years and 8 months. So as far as concept of covered under PG Act 1972 is concerned, 32 years and 8 months will be taken as 33 years for our calculation, because completed years of service or part thereof exceeding 6 months. This is exceeding 6 months, this is 8 months. So hence it will be taken as 33 years for our calculation. Second important thing, there are 3 criteria as far as computation of gratuity is concerned, especially when we are talking about covered under Payment of Gratuity Act 1972 is concerned. The first criteria is actual gratuity amount received, which is given in the problem as 4,80,000. Then there is statutory limit of 20 lakh rupees. And the third criteria, since he is covered, is 15 by 26th of monthly salary. It is given that is monthly salary, last drawn salary. Monthly salary means last drawn salary in case of covered is rupees 25,000. Second criteria, now second point or note we can write. 15 by 26th of monthly salary for 33 years is equal to, I write 15 by 26 into his monthly salary, our last drawn salary is rupees 25,000 into 33. So if you can calculate this number, 15 by 26 into 25,000 into 33 will give you 4,75,962. So you can calculate this, whether you get 4,75,962. Now, once this basic ingredients is ready, then we can go on to the format. So I write the format. Computation of taxable gratuity. Computation of taxable gratuity. So as usual, we will have 2 amount columns. 2 amount columns we will have. So first I write the basic point. Gratuity amount received. Gratuity amount received. So if you look into the problem, gratuity amount received is given as 4,80,000. So I write 4,80,000 in the outer amount column. Then I write less exempt under section 10, subsection 10. Exempt under section 10, subsection 10. Least of the following. Least of the following three criterias will be considered as exempt amount. Least of the following. I write criteria 1, that is actual gratuity amount received. Actual gratuity amount received. We already have it. It is 4,80,000. So 4,80,000 is the actual gratuity amount received. Next, we will look at statutory limit. Statutory limit. Statutory limit, as everyone is aware, it is 20 lakh. So I write 20 lakh in the inner amount column, 20 lakh. Then the third criteria we have is 15 by 26th of monthly salary for, as you have in the second note, for 33 years. We have already calculated that value. It is 4,75,962. So we have 4,80,000, we have 20 lakh, and we have 4,75,962. Now, least of the following will be exempt. We are not supposed to total this. Among the three numbers, whichever is less. So this number is the least. So I write that in the outer column, 4,75,962. That is the exempt amount. Exempt amount. So therefore, taxable gratuity will be 4,80,000 minus 4,75,962. So it will be 4,038. So taxable gratuity would be 4,038. So I hope there is no doubts when it comes to the concept where Srikanth is covered. So we take it to complete years, calculate 15 by 26th of the given value. Actual gratuity amount received is this number. Then we write the criteria under covered, which is common in case of both covered as well as not covered, the first two. Then this is the criteria for covered. 15 by 26 monthly salary for 33 years. We have already calculated here. So I record here. And among the three numbers, whichever is the least will be the exempt amount. So 4,75,962 is exempt amount and taxable gratuity is 4,038. Okay, now let's look at question B. It said he is not covered under Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. So I record over here point B. I write Srikanth is not covered. So not covered is the term under Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. Now what are the rules? Rules are simple. I take right point 1. 32 years and 8 months will be taken as 32 years. Remember, when we talk about not covered, it is very simple. We don't consider fraction of the months at all. Fraction of the year is not considered at all. We talk only about completed years. Since he has completed 32 years and 8 months, the valuation will be for 32 years only. And as you are aware, we are talking about not covered. As far as not covered concern is concerned, we talk about half month's average salary. Half month's average salary. It is given that he retires in the month of January. So when we are talking about average salary, we need to exclude the month of retirement. We need to exclude January. We need to take December and earlier. Say April to December. The month of April to December, that will be from March to December, that we are going to cover the period of 10 months and the average. We don't have to calculate average salary in this problem because it's given to us very clearly. It is said the average salary from 1st of March to 31st of December 19 was rupees 24,500. So directly we can calculate half month's average salary. Half month's average salary for 32 years is equal to, I write over here half, and the average salary value is given to you in the problem 24,500 into 32. So if we calculate this particular number, we get 3,92,000. So 3,92,000 is the value as far as our calculation is concerned. Now let's draw the format. Computation of taxable gratuity. Computation of taxable gratuity. Now as usual, we are going to prepare two amount columns. The outer amount column and the inner amount column. Now outer amount column is basically to write the amount. So you can write gratuity amount received. Gratuity amount received. Now this gratuity amount received is given to you in the problem. He receives 4,80,000. So you can write 4,80,000 in the outer amount column. Then less exempt under section 10, subsection 10, least of the following. Least of the following. So as usual, even for not covered, we have three criteria. Which are those? One is actual gratuity amount received. Actual gratuity amount received, which is 4,80,000. Then we have statutory limit of rupees 20 lakh. Statutory limit of rupees 20 lakh. Then we talk about this criteria. Half month's average salary for 32 years. We have already calculated that particular number. It is 3,92,000. 3,92,000. Now as you see over here, least of the following will be exempt. Least of the following will be exempt. So 4,80,000, 20 lakh and 3,92,000. So among these three criteria, 3,92,000 is the least. So I write 3,92,000 in the outer amount column. So gratuity amount received less the exempt amount. This is the exempt amount. Therefore, taxable gratuity. Taxable gratuity amount would be 4,80,000 minus 3,92,000. So 88,000 will be taxable gratuity. So let's again go through that. He is given he is not covered in question B. Since he is not covered, 32 years and 8 months will be taken as 32 years itself, because we don't have the concept of converting the fraction of the year into a full year, even if it is more than 6 months. We talk only about completed years in case of not covered concept. So 32 years and 8 months will be taken as 32 years itself. Since not covered, the third criteria is half month's average salary. Average salary is the average of the salary of last 10 months preceding the month of retirement. He retires in the month of January. So preceding 10 months is from March to December, and it's already given, ready number is given to us in the problem, 24,500. So half into 24,500, this is the average salary, into 32 years will give you 3,92,000. Then we draw the format. Gratuity amount received is 4,80,000. Exempt under section 10 subsection 10, least of the following. Actual gratuity amount received is same number. Statutory limit is 20 lakh rupees, which we are aware now. And half month's average salary for 32 years as calculated is 3,92,000. So among these three numbers, the least is 3,92,000. So 4,80,000 minus the exempt amount of 3,92,000. So taxable gratuity would be 88,000. So thank you for your hearing. Let's continue with the next problem. Mr. Raman retired as a manager of a limited company on 31st of August 2019 after serving for 32 years and 8 months. His basic salary on the date of his retirement was rupees 38,000 per month, including the increment of rupees 1,000 per month which falls due on 1st of June every year. Remember, the increment is increase in your basic pay and that happens on 1st of June every year. He also received rupees 300 per month as DNS pay, rupees 3,000 per month as DNS allowance, of which 1,000 was paid under the terms of employment. Rupees 1,800 per month as house rent allowance, which is HRA, and rupees 600 per month conveyance allowance. During the last 10 months, he achieved sales worth rupees 5 lakh on which he is entitled to get 1% commission. He received rupees 22 lakh 80,000 from the company as gratuity. Calculate the taxable gratuity if Mr. Raman is. There are 3 questions in this particular problem. First one, if Mr. Raman is a government employee. Question B, Mr. Raman is a non-government employee and he is covered under Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. And question C, Mr. Raman is a non-government employee and he is not covered under the Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. Let's answer all those questions one by one. Let's look at question number A. So, I write over here as A, write given Mr. Raman is a government employee. Mr. Raman is a government employee. This is question A. We are answering question A. Mr. Raman is a government employee. Since the gratuity amount is received at the time of retirement, since the gratuity amount is received at the time of retirement, it is fully exempt from tax. You are already aware of the concept of receiving gratuity at the time of retirement for a government employee. So, in question A, Mr. Raman is a government employee and since gratuity is received at the time of retirement, it is fully exempt from tax. I hope there is no question on this particular concept. So let's look at question B. Question B is, Mr. Raman is a non-government employee covered under Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. Now, when it is given that he is covered under Payment of Gratuity Act 1972, first we will make a note of that. Question B, Raman is a non-government employee and covered under the Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. So important word is covered and non-government employee. So there are certain things that we need to do when we are talking about an employee being a non-government employee and he is covered under Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. So some points that you need to be aware of. Covered rule 15 by 26th of monthly salary for every completed year of service or part thereof exceeding 6 months. Now it's given Mr. Raman has served for 32 years and 8 months. So 32 years and 8 months will be taken as 33 years for our calculation. Remember, part thereof exceeding 6 months. This is more than 6 months. This is 8 months. So definitely we are going to take the next completed year, 33 years. Second important aspect is salary for gratuity. Especially when an employee is covered under Payment of Gratuity Act, what is the meaning of salary for the purpose of gratuity? As we have understood, salary for the purpose of gratuity when covered under Payment of Gratuity Act is basic plus DA. No conditions attached for DA. But in this particular problem, there is another very important criteria. and that is DNS pay. Let's go through the second sentence. His basic salary on the date of his retirement was rupees 38,000 per month, including increment of 1,000 per month, which falls due on 1st of June every year. He also received 300 per month as DNS pay and rupees 3,000 per month as DNS allowance. Of that, 1,000 is included for retirement benefits. That 1,000 is included for retirement benefits is irrelevant when the employee is covered under Payment of Gratuity Act, because for DA, no conditions attached when an employee is covered under Payment of Gratuity Act. But we will have to add another concept called dearness pay. Now you may be thinking, what is this dearness pay? We haven't come across this term any time earlier. Remember, dearness allowance and dearness pay is one and the same. It's one and the same. The treatment of dearness allowance and dearness pay is also one and the same. So remember this. So in this particular problem, the meaning of salary for gratuity would be basic plus DA plus dearness pay. So basic is equal to, we are talking about monthly salary, last drawn salary, and his last drawn basic is rupees 38,000. So 38,000 is his basic. Then DNS allowance of rupees 3,000 per month, no conditions attached, so 3,000. And we have dearness pay of rupees 300 per month. 300 per month. So total of the amount 38,000 plus 3,000 plus 300 will be 41,300. So salary for gratuity for an employee not covered under Payment of Gratuity Act is 41,300. Third thing, which will help us in beforehand for preparing the format. 15 by 26th of monthly salary for 33 years. We have 33 years here. For 33 years is equal to, I write 15 by 26 into monthly salary is available over here, 41,300 into 33 years. Into 33 years. So this calculation will work out to rupees 7,86,288. 7,86,288 will be the value. So this is what you get. You can just check. Soon after this, we can prepare the format. We are now ready for the format. I write computation of taxable gratuity. All the ingredients that is needed for us to prepare the format is now available. So computation of taxable gratuity. So as usual, we have two amount columns. We'll be having two amount columns. So I write over here gratuity amount received. Gratuity amount received. Gratuity amount received is very much given in the problem. The amount is 22,80,000. So you can just check, it's given at in the last sentence in the problem. 22,80,000 is the gratuity amount received. Then we have less exempt under section 10, subsection 10. Gratuity is covered under section 10, subsection 10. List of the following. List of the following. First I write actual gratuity amount received, which is same, 22,80,000. Next we have the statutory limit. Statutory limit of rupees 20 lakh. Third criteria is 15 by 26th of monthly salary for 33 years, which we have calculated. It is 7,86,288. So least among the three, this is the least. 7,86,000 288. Therefore, taxable gratuity. So you can deduct from 22 lakh 80,000, 7 lakh 86,288. The amount will be 14 lakh 93,712. 14 lakh 93,712. So let's understand. He is a non-government employee. He is covered under Payment of Gratuity Act. So 32 years and 8 months will be taken as 33 years. Salary for gratuity is usually basic plus DA. But point to note, in this problem there is something called dearness pay as well. Dearness allowance, dearness pay is more or less same. So we will include not only DA but also dearness pay. So 38,000 is per month basic. DA is 3,000 per month, dearness pay is 300. So total is 41,300. Now, third criteria of finding out the exemption of gratuity is 15 by 26 of monthly salary for 33 years. So 15 by 26 is known, monthly salary is available, 33 years we have already calculated over here. So when you calculate 15 by 26 into 41,300 into 33 years will give you 7,86,288. Then we prepare the format. Gratuity amount received given in the problem is 22,80,000. Then we have exemption under 10, subsection 10, list of the following. Actual gratuity amount received is 22,80,000. Statutory limit is 20 lakh rupees. And 15 by 26 the monthly salary for 33 years. We have already calculated this particular number. It is 7,86,288. So when we see these three, among the three, 7,86,288 is the least. So we deduct it from 22,80,000. We get 14,93,712. So 7,86,288 is exempt gratuity and 14,93,712 is the taxable gratuity. So I hope question number B is also very, very clear. Let's look at question C. Mr. Raman is a non-government employee and not covered under Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. So Raman is a non-government employee and he is not covered under Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. Now there are some important criteria. We take point 1. It is given Raman has served for 32 years and 8 months. So when it comes to not covered, 32 years and 8 months will be taken as 32 years itself. Remember, when we talk about the concept of not covered, we need to understand. We talk only about salary for completed year of service. Average salary for completed year of service. So completed year of service is only 32 years. This 8 months are not considered at all when we are talking about not covered under Payment of Gratuity Act 1972. Second important thing that we need to look at is salary for gratuity. Salary for gratuity. Now we are talking about employee not covered under Payment of Gratuity Act. The criteria are basic plus DA. Remember, DA are with conditions. Only if it is included for retirement benefits. Only if it is given under terms of employment. Only if it is given under superannuation benefits. If those points are given, only then DA must be included. And finally, we have one more aspect, and that is commission. Commission will also be included only if it is given as a percentage of turnover. As a percentage of turnover or as a percentage of sales. Now in this problem, apart from dearness allowance, we have dearness pay as well. But one very important point to note. I said earlier, dearness allowance and dearness pay rules are one and the same. So if it's given DA is included for retirement benefits, dearness pay should also be given that it is included for retirement benefits. Only then it will be added over here. And nowhere in the problem it is just mentioned He receives DNS pay of 300 per month. It is not given that it is included for retirement benefits. But as far as DNS allowance is concerned, it is 3000 per month, of which 1000 is included for retirement benefits. And there is no mention of commission at all. Okay, there is a mention of commission. During last 12 months, he achieved sales of 5 lakh, on which is entitled to get 1% commission. So we'll incorporate commission concept as well. Let's go to the second sentence now. His basic salary on the date of his retirement was rupees 38,000 per month. Mr. Raman retires on 31st of August and his basic salary in the month of August was 38,000 per month, including the retirement of increment of rupees 1,000 per month, which falls due on 1st of June every year. Now, in the month of June, month of July and month of August, 1000 increment has been added. But as you know, when we are talking about not covered, we need to take average salary of last 10 months preceding the month of retirement. He retires in the month of August. So month of August will not be considered at all. We will take July and earlier 10 months for calculation of monthly salary. We need to find what is the average salary. So first I write as usual basic. I write basic. And in this basic, if we go backwards, June and July is with increment. So I will write over here without increment for 8 months. Without increment. So when I say 8 months, increment was received in the month of June. So I go back, I calculate May, April, March, February, January, December, November and October. So October 2019 to May 2020. October 2018, I beg your pardon. October 2018 to May 2019. To May 2019. The basic would be 37,000, 1,000 less. So 37,000 into 8. That will be the basic amount. You get 2,96,000. This is for 8 months. This is without increment. Then we talk about with increment. With increment. And with increment we have covered without for 8. With increment is June and July 2019. So that will be 38,000. 38,000 is with increment. Remember, into 2. That will be 76,000. So 38 into 2 is 76,000. So total basic for 10 months would be 3,72,000. That will be the total basic. Then we take DA, dearness allowance. Though it is given, DA is 3,000 per month. Point to note, only 1,000 is included for retirement benefits. So what is included for retirement benefits only will be taken. So 1,000 into 10. So that will be 10,000. 10,000. Then we have commission as well. So commission point is given. What is given regarding commission? Very important point. During the last 10 months is given. He achieved sales of rupees 5 lakh. So 5 lakh was the turnover achieved by him. Remember, this is for 10 months. If it is given for the year, you will have to convert that into 10 by 12. For 10 months out of 12 months. This is for 10 months exactly. So no conversion is needed. And on this turnover of rupees 5 lakh, he is entitled to get a commission of 1%. So 1% of 5 lakh would work out to 5,000. Would work out to 5,000. So therefore, salary for 10 months. Salary for 10 months would be 3,87,000. 3,87,000. And therefore, average salary. Remember, this is 10 months. So we take average salary is equal to 3,87,000 divided by 10. So average salary will be 38,700 rupees. So average salary would be 38,700 rupees. So as we have seen, average salary is 38,700 rupees. I will write the third point. Remember, Mr. Raman is not covered under Payment of Gratuity Act. So third point would be half month's average salary. Half month's average salary for 32 years. We have that over here. For 32 years is equal to, I write half into average salary is 38,700 into 32. So when I calculate this particular number, half into 38,700 into 32 will give me 6,19,200. So we have the ready number of 6,19,200 for our calculation when it comes to the format of gratuity. We will take that now. So we will now draw the format of computation of taxable gratuity. Computation of taxable gratuity. So as usual, we will be having two amount columns. Taxable gratuity. So the basic thing we will record as gratuity amount received. It is already there in the problem. It is 22,80,000. So 22,80,000 is the gratuity amount received. Then I write less exempt under section 10, subsection 10, least of the following. List of the following. First criteria is actual gratuity amount received. Actual gratuity amount received is same, 22,80,000. Next we talk about statutory limit. Statutory limit for gratuity, as we are aware, is rupees 20 lakhs. Is rupees 20 lakhs. And then the third criteria we have already calculated in note number 3, that is half month's average salary for 32 years. We have already calculated it. Half month's average salary for 32 years is equal to 6,19,200. Point to note, least of the following will be exempt. So among the three, 22,80,000, 20 lakh and 6,19,000. 6,19,000 is the least. So I just circle it. You shouldn't draw a line. So I write 6,19,200 as exempt gratuity. So from 22,80,000, if we deduct 6,19,200, we get 16,60,800. And this portion of 16,60,800 will be taxable gratuity. Will be taxable gratuity. So gratuity amount received is 22,80,000. Then we write exempt under section 10, subsection 10, least of the following. Actual gratuity amount received is same. Statutory limit is 20 lakh. Half month's average salary for 32 years as calculated in note number 3 is 6,19,200. So among the three criterias, 6,19,200 is the least. So from 22,80,000 deduct 6,19,200, you get taxable gratuity of 16,60,800. If you go back to your note number 2, as far as calculation of salary for gratuity was concerned, you see in the problem it's clearly given that he receives an increment of rupees 1,000 from the month of June onwards. Means June month salary will be with increment. So June month salary and July month salary will be with increment. So also August month as well. But since Raman is retiring in the month of August, that retirement month is not to be included at all in the period of 10 months. 10 months preceding the month of retirement. So leave out August. So June and July will be with 1,000 increment, which is 38,000, and the remaining 8 months, that is from October 2019 to October 2018 to May 2019, it will be 8 months without increment, which will be 37,000 into 8. So that number put together is basic. Then we have the DA. DA though given is 3,000 per month. It's given that only 1,000 is included for retirement benefits. Under the not covered concept, DA with conditions are included. DA without conditions are not included. So instead of 3,000, we'll take only 1,000 for a period of 10 months. So that would be 10,000. And commission is given. For a period of 10 months, he has done a turnover of 5 lakh worth, he is entitled to commission of 1%. So 1% of 5 lakh will be 5,000. So when you put together, you get total amount of 3,87,000. And 3,87,000 is for 10 months. So average salary will be divided by 10. So 3,87,000 divided by 10 will give you 38,700. And this is how you calculate the gratuity part. So that's all for this particular session. So see you all in the next session. Thank you.